Hey, how you guys doing tonight? Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Laura, aka PURPLEXEDQT. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. No, I'm not on camera because I look like a mess, but I do want to say, if you guys want to support me, it is how this channel survives. You can do that through Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Most importantly, you can order some candles. Obviously, I can't get them done by Christmas, but I can definitely get New Year's candles done. And I am going to run a special for New Year's. I know I've been slacking a little. So, all right. Now that we put the drama aside, someone gave me the VIN number on the car, and I looked it up. And then someone else told me something which is nonsense. But I'm going to get to all that. But something hit me like a ton of bricks. And I'm like, oh my God, let me research this. So I started researching it. And I came across something that I was really surprised on. And I'm going to get to all that. So it's already late. It's already 12 o'clock. So we're not going to do like a 10-hour stream. But I do want to point this out. So one of my Patreons, who I adore, but she buys into a lot of conspiracy theories, but she had stated to me that somebody had, another channel, had said that the VIN number attached back to that address, to the house where they were murdered. Okay, you can't get an address from a VIN number online. Not through VIN Verified, not through anywhere. Now, you can get it if you work for like DMV, or if you are heavily involved with, you know, personal records. But let me explain why I know this for a fact. Because if this was a fact, that you can get an address from VIN numbers, let me explain to you what would happen. Every single person who wanted to rob someone's house would go to the mall parking lot, find all the cars there, write down everyone's VIN number, go home and get everyone's personal information. That's how easy it would be, because your VIN number is right on your windshield. That is how easy it would be to rob people. That is not happening. It's not that simple to... I have a funny story about Eugene Bootsy. It's not that simple to get someone's address. So this channel that's reporting it, what I have to say is show the proof. Show the proof of where you found this address that none of them owned a white Elantra. But show me the address. MGL said you've upped your game and liked your candle label. Thanks, Lacey. Show me the address of where she got this from. Or the information where she got this from. Because this certain channel creator stated that she got it, and it linked back to 1122 King Street. Bullshit. I call big ass bullshit on that. Don't believe it. Because 1122 King Street is not even the girl's address. It was Queen Street, I believe. Hold on. I may have got some info. The person that just sent that to me, can you make that bigger? Because it's not, I can't see, I can't read it. I can't read that. It's too small. No, I see where she got it from. She got it from a Facebook group. Okay, allegedly, the VIN of the car in Eugene was traced back to the owner of the LLC, who has a rental property in Colorado and Idaho. He owns 1122. Also, see post from November 30th, a previous tenant who called it by the same name. I need a bigger picture. Yeah, I need a bigger picture. Hold on. Okay. I'm waiting to be accepted into the group. It's a private group, so I have to wait. All right, I'm in. Hey, Biscuit, what post is it under? Which post is it under? I think this is a different one. No, it's a different group. All right, membership is pending. Adrian, it might be, it might not be. I don't know yet. At first I thought yes until I saw what, but I can't tell what they're showing. It's too small. All right, hold on. I'm going to try something here. Okay. Bear with me. Oh. I may stand corrected. Hold on. Bear with me while I figure this out. Okay. Hey, even this doesn't tell you. All right, so what I noticed on the post that someone gave was that it was a government website. So I went to government website and thought, maybe they give you the information, but they don't give you any information from the VIN number. All they give you is vehicle details. So I don't know where these people got this alleged address from because I can't find it. Now, I'm not saying I'm right, But I want to know where they came from, because I can't find it anywhere. I can't find any site, including the government site, that will give you personal information. So, I'm not buying it. Until someone can show me exactly where they got it from, I'm not buying it. No, Busted, I'm saying, where did they get that information from? Because I've tried everywhere, and I'm not seeing anywhere where they pulled that information from. It won't let me look at it, because it shows me it's my membership is pending. So it won't let me see the video. Hey, Jamie. Yeah, it won't let me look at it. Can you just get me a bigger picture of what you sent? Because it's just too small. I mean, it looks like they were looking on a government website. But it just doesn't work. And, like, why they being so secretive about where they got the website from? I didn't, Jamie. I've been gone all day. Oh, wait, here we go. I finally got it. Okay. So, just to put... Alright. I'm going to prove to you guys right now, Stonegator, I hope you're still in here. This is how things get twisted, okay? The original post, I'm going to show you guys. How people lie and why people are not credible at all. Okay. Hold on. What does that say? That says registered agent and address. Team Idaho Real Estate Inc. 204 South Main Street. Okay? South Main Street. Let me repeat that. 203 South Main Street. That's not King Road. That's not 1122 King Road. And that is not linked to a VIN number. If that's all they're showing, well, that could be fucking anything. It's a real estate address. We have no idea what that's even linked to. But I can tell you what it's not. It's not 1122 King Road. That it's not. If I had a guess, I'm going to say this whole thing is fake. If I had a guess. Because this is not showing this is attached to a VIN number at all. Now, maybe if you're in the group and you open it up, it might say something. But just to put that to rest, there is no 1122 King Street. It does say Moscow, but we don't even know what this is. So how 204 South Main Street turned into 1122 King Road? That's a far stretch. So since that's a lie, I wonder what else is a lie. So that was actually posted in Gray Hughes' page originally, is what it looks like. No P.O. box. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not buying it at all. No. I haven't watched anything today. But let me tell you what I did find. Let's go to some credible evidence here. All right? Check this out. All right. Trish says a real estate company owns 1122 King. I'm sure they own a lot of things. But a car isn't registered to a real estate company. And we don't know what this even is. There's no government site that connects you to addresses from a VIN number. That doesn't happen. Okay. And Brooklyn, did you look that up yourself or you heard that somewhere? The only reason I'm asking is save myself time. Previous owner and son are in real estate. Okay. But I'm saying that we don't know if this was from looking up a VIN number. That's what I'm trying to say. Where is the VIN number attached to this? That's what I'm saying. I don't see a VIN number. This is just a clip of a piece of paper showing this address. You see what I'm saying? Where's the rest of this? Where's the VIN number showing that this is correct? No, it does not, Stoned. That's what I'm saying. Show me where the VIN number is with this paper. You know what I mean? Yeah, but this is only a clip of a paper. Sarah, I'm not seeing that at all. No, you guys are missing my point. Someone took this piece and posted it. But where is the connection with the VIN number? I don't see a VIN number on here to piece it together. It's exactly a bit of crazy. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying I'm definitely right. But until someone shows me where that piece of paper that she's showing, like that looks like she looked up Idahogov. Idahogov is not going to give you a VIN number and a registered address and all that. It doesn't happen. No, not from what I can see. From what I can see, somebody took one picture of the VIN number and then took that piece and put it there. Sarah, that's not true. You can't run a VIN number and get a house. And like I said earlier, if you can do that, then every single robber in the world would go to the mall, look up your VIN number, and have your address. But I'm going to try their route, Idahogov, and see what happens there. Idahogov. Okay, let me show you what happens. Idaho.gov shows you nothing. You can't look up a VIN number on Idahogov. There's no way to look up a VIN number on Idaho.gov. And if you look at this post, hold on. Okay. If you look at this post, they looked this up on Idaho.gov. Idaho.gov. Nowhere in Idaho.gov can you get this information connected with a VIN number. Renew registration. Okay, let's see. Services. Transportation, maybe? Nope. Let's see. Maybe this one? Renew car vehicle registration. Nope. No way to do it. No, let's see this. That's the first 6. Hold on. You know what? Last 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. In order to do it this way, you need the plate number. You put in the last 6 of VIN and you need the plate number. That car doesn't have plates. When you go to hit renew registration, it says plate number field is required. So they didn't get it that way. They didn't do it through renew registration because you can't. So anyone else want to take a guess on how they would have done it? Try that one. Okay, you need a credit card or debit card. On official state business. Now, they might have been able to do it this way. Maybe. Sarah, you can't. It's only if you pay for it. If you pay like BIN verified, that kind of stuff, that's it. Google actually said it's very hard to find. Hey, K-Rocks. Try looking it up. I've been looking for an hour. What? Now, hold on. I'm freezing. Could they have possibly done it this way? Maybe. They could have done it this way, but you got to pay for it. I'm not paying for it. So I don't know if they did it this way or not. But something in my gut tells me, no, Sarah, I don't know if it's possible. But something in my gut tells me it's not possible. Let's see. $95 a year. Okay. So they would have had to pay $100 plus an extra $9. I'm sorry, I'm not that rich. I wouldn't pay that kind of money for this. Title and registration search. You might be able to, but I'm still not buying it. It gives you specs on the automobile. Exactly right. If they wanted it, they would have found, in my opinion. Yes, private investigators have access. I don't even know what private investigators do. I know cops do. Or someone that works for DMV does. But I'm just saying I don't believe... I'm just not buying that post. Until someone tells me exactly where it came from, I'm not buying it. Sorry, I'm just not. Now, could I be wrong? I could be. But I'm just not buying it. Carfax doesn't give you addresses. But it's certainly cheaper than this. So yeah, as of right now, I call bullshit. But I could be wrong. They could have paid $100, maybe. Eugene, Oregon made a statement that they did turn the car over to Moscow PD. Yeah, some of it you need a license plate for. And now, don't get me wrong, it could have traced back to Moscow. But it still may not be related at all. And that's what I'm going to show you guys. So everyone is down this rabbit hole about this car. But let me show you what they missed. And why the police, to me, are 10 times worse than they've ever been. Okay. Check this out. Oh shit, I forgot I had to shut down. Hold on. And where did you see, Stoner, that where did you see that they were turning the car over to Moscow police? Okay. You sent me the Oregon statement. Oregon. Now, just to be clear, let me also say this. I'm not saying that the car I wasn't doubting that the car may be linked to Moscow. That's not what I was doubting. I was saying that I didn't believe that the car was linked to that address. That's what I was saying. And now they're saying apparently it's Colorado. Oh, that's what it is. All right. Okay. Eugene, Oregon. A crashed white Hyundai Elantra sits on Seneca Road, West 7th. The vehicle is the same make and model as the vehicle of interest in the Moscow, Idaho murders. Many people in the community have wondered if this crashed vehicle could be related to the Moscow, Idaho murders. We reached out to Eugene Police Department to get a statement about the vehicle. Here's what the police are saying. We are aware of it and have sent the vehicle information to Moscow, Idaho. We will refer everybody to call Moscow, Idaho police for any additional information. Okay. This is where things get twisted. They didn't say they turned over the vehicle. That is not what they said. What they said was they sent Moscow the information of the vehicle. See, this is where people get really confused and where things get twisted. They never said they sent the vehicle to Moscow. Clearly, they said we are aware that they're looking for it, and we sent the vehicle information to Moscow. And I'll show you guys. So you got to be careful. Why all further questions to Moscow? Because that's who's looking for the car. According to Red, the car is still sitting there, no yellow tape, nothing. I believe that. I absolutely believe that. Hey, Donna. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, people, and Stoner, I'm not saying you. I'm saying a lot of people get shit like this twisted. No, they did not send the car there. They just said that they sent the vehicle information, meaning VIN number, anything, anything left in the car, just the vehicle information. That's it. They did not send it to Moscow. They just sent the information to Moscow. Big, big difference. Big difference. And Moscow may not think that it means anything. So they may not come get the car. But it's little things like that that people really need to pay attention to, because it makes a huge difference. Huge difference. Sending vehicle information over is completely different than sending the car over. Any evidence to be contaminated by this point anyways. I agree. Now, how far is Eugene, Oregon from Moscow? No, I've seen it done with even really intelligent people, J. Lord. They see something, but they don't. They think they see something, but it's not right. And it happens a lot. But that's why I'm here to correct people and to make people realize what it is. Oh, I've seen a lot of people do that, J. Lord. But some do it intentional, some don't do it intentionally. Oh, it's 8 hours? Well, check this out. I'm going to take you guys down a new rabbit hole. All right? Check this out. Oh, it's okay, Stoned. No, Stone, believe me, a lot of people do it. I wasn't singling you out. I'm saying a lot of people do that. The creators go live based on stuff like that. And they get 2,000-3,000 people in a live. So believe me, it's not you. You need a court order of probable cause to seize a car unless you live in Canada. Car so I may have had a Colorado plate. Oh, no shit. See, that I didn't know. I haven't followed him at all. All right, but check this out. Now, someone You guys may know the reason for this. You may not know the reason for this. But speaking about reading carefully, look at this. I had to shut down, so I have to put it back up. I have to pull it back up. But check this out. All right. Let me just switch windows. All right. They were murdered on the 13th, which was a Saturday or a Sunday. My understanding is they were murdered at like 3 o'clock in the morning on the 13th, which technically was a Sunday. Saturday going into Sunday, right? And then Sunday afternoon is when they had called. Right? Either the 13th, the 14th, early morning hours Sunday. Okay, that's what I thought. So I head over to the police blog for November 14th, which is the day after. They're saying it's a Monday. Well, I guess that's right. November 14th would be a Monday. Okay. So looky. Okay. As you can see, Moscow Police Department daily activity from Monday, November 14th, 2022. All right. Disorderly conduct, trespassing complaint, welfare check, disorderly conduct, suspicious person circumstance. This is what hit me like a ton of bricks. Male outside taking photos of the upper floors. RP currently watching the male. Male walking east. Officer responded, no report. This was one day after the murder. The Grove Apartments, I looked up. They are less than a mile away from where this massacre took place. This is also off-campus housing for students. So you're going to tell me, now mind you, they were killed on a 3rd floor. Yep, they were killed on the 3rd floor. So some suspicious person at 10 a.m. on Southview Avenue, the Grove Apartments, and I'll show you how close it is. Male outside taking photos of the upper floors. RP, which I guess is the caller, currently watching the male. Male walks east. Officer responds. Doesn't file a report. One day after a quadruple fucking homicide took place on a 3rd floor and less than a mile away on the same campus? Please make that make sense. And they don't do any check. Hey, Olivia. And they don't do a check on this. They don't even write a fucking report on this. This is from Moscow Police Activity Log from November 14th. Suspicion person circumstance at the Grove Apartments. Oh, Barb, I haven't seen it. The Grove Apartments. Male outside taking photos of upper floors. Yeah, wrinkle in crime, I get that. But a day after, hours after a quadruple homicide on the same campus? On the same campus? And you're not going to even file a report? Come on. Civil calls, disorderly conduct, non-injury accident. Here's another one. Suspicious person, circumstance, Van Buren, which is also in that area. RP states someone knocked on their door and then walked away, saying they have a big dog. Try a different house. Officer responded. No report. Domestic dispute, traffic violation, parking problem, disabled vehicle, overdose, gas spill or odor, theft other, noise complaint, domestic dispute, suspicious person circumstance around 3rd Street. Larger white male in his 40s yelling. RP cannot see him any longer, but can hear him fine. Officer responded. No report. Traffic hazard. You have a quadruple homicide. Wouldn't every person be a suspect? Just saying. Why wouldn't the police go over to the guy taking pictures and ask him if he lives there? Why is he taking pictures of a 3rd floor? I don't know. Call me crazy, but it just seems like that would be a smart thing to do, is ask them if they even live there. Just saying. But here's what else is interesting. So this was the 14th. So let's go department daily log November 13th. No. November 13th. Okay. Moscow Police Department daily activity. Sunday, November 13th. A weapon offense on Main Street. Controlled substance problem on Elm Street. Alcohol offense. That's those kids at 301. Theft other at 338. Civil calls at 8:44. Parking problem. Another suspicious person. Vehicle parked with door wide open in a parking lot. Officer respond. No report. On campus. Narcotics canine search on Main Street, 1133. No report. Substance problem, 1113. Report taken. Homicide. The 1100 block of King Road. Complaint of unconscious person. Officers and EMS responded. Coroner and detectives notified. Report taken. That's it. Suspicious person. Report of possible drug dealing. Officer made contact. No report. Welfare check. Walmart theft. Civil calls. Welfare check. Civil call. Another suspicious person. Stray animals. Animal. Suspicious person at 2055. Male standing near bike rack. Looked like he was trying to hide. Area checked. Officers responded. No report. That was at 2055. 2055 is... I forgot. Military time. Okay, so 2055 would be around 8 p.m. 8 p.m. So at 8 o'clock at night, you wouldn't think that maybe a male standing near a bike rack looked like he was trying to hide might be worth writing a report? Possibly. Unconscious person. Mountain View Road. Female in and out of consciousness at this point. In a vehicle, refusing to roll down the window and is moaning. Complaint or dispute. Noise complaint. Noise complaint. RP reported loud banging from upstairs. Ongoing issue. Been going on for a past hour. Officer responded. No report. Never a report. Yeah, but I'm not sure I believe that, Laura Lee. That's what I'm saying. Is there anything around the same time as the murder? Yeah, the beer arrest. But that's what got me thinking at first was I was looking into the to see what happened in the area before that, after that, anything suspicious. Because my original thought was, did somebody like rob a car? Like, was there a house robbery? Or, you know, maybe the white car had nothing to do with this and they, you know, got away because they just robbed a house. That's what I was originally looking at. That's what hit me at first. Like, maybe this car is not even related. Maybe this car was speeding because they just robbed somewhere. So then I started looking, were there any police reports about a robbery? Or that's what got me down this rabbit hole. That's how I ended up down this rabbit hole. But that one really stuck out to me. The next day, you have somebody taking pictures of a third floor, probably doesn't live there, and you don't find that suspicious? I don't know, Olivia. I don't think he's a murderer. I think he's sketchy, but I don't think he's a murderer. Idle man wins Survivor and pledges to donate entire $1 million prize to veterans in need. That's a nice guy. Oh, I read that, J-Lord. In my opinion, stalker car equals stalker equals killer. Yeah, but I'm thinking, like, what if... He does seem goofy. But what if the car was involved in something else and then ditched it? Like, what if the car was involved in a house robbery and everyone's looking for this car and that's why they ditched it? I mean, the car very well could be related. I'm not saying it's not. But I don't believe the address links back to their address when they never owned that car to begin with. It just doesn't make sense. That's the part that just, I didn't put too, like, that I can't just go with. I want to see solid proof that that exact car links back to their address. And that's what I was looking for. And I wasn't able to find it. But I have heard some crazy theories. Crazy theories. I think they got more information on the car we don't know about yet. The car is still sitting in Oregon. I mean, is it a little sus? It is. Is it a little strange? Yeah. But I don't think it's what people think it is. But again, I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm definitely right. It's definitely involved in a crash, hit and run. You know, is there blood in the car? Did they see any blood in the car? Because if the white Hyundai is connected to the homicide, there's going to be blood in the car. There's going to be at least someone's blood in the car. Now, if they can prove that, then it's a link. But there would have to be blood in the car. Someone's blood. One of the four. There would have to be. There's no way it wouldn't be. You know what I mean? What's today? I don't even know my days anymore. Today's Tuesday, right? Oh, I missed Banfield. We gotta watch Banfield. I think she's on now, 1 o'clock. Hold on. Sean, after Cuomo or before? Yeah, she's on next. How's that for timing? It's Monday. Either way, she's still on, though.
Three, conspiracy to make a false statement.
She's on right after Cuomo. I think. Oh, no, she's before Cuomo. We missed it. Dang it. She was an hour ago. Oh, well. What? Thank you, Green Eyed. I am looking for Banfield from tonight. Is this it?
You hear it all the time.
All right, we're going to have to do it in clips. Well, let me make it smaller. All right.
Time. There is no detail too small in a murder investigation, and you can multiply that by 4 in the Idaho case. But one detail that has just surfaced is 17 seconds long, and it is anything but small. It's new surveillance video of Kaylee Gonzalez and Maddie Mogan on the night that they were murdered, and the video was captured at 1:30 in the morning. They're on their way to the now infamous food truck after spending the evening at a corner club bar. That's the corner club, famous in downtown Moscow. The surveillance cameras at a local business captured the video of the girls as they made their way down the sidewalk towards the food truck from the bar. If you take a look at a map, you can see exactly where they had been at the corner club, 10:30 p.m. to 1:30 a.m., and where they were going to the grub truck, 1:40 a.m., and where this camera captured the images on Main Street. It even captured what the girls were saying, and you can hear it clear as a bell. Let's listen. Did you hear that? Kaylee yells to Maddie, "What did you say to Adam?" And Maddie answers, "Like I told Adam everything." So here it is again. You can clearly hear that exchange between the two girls. But the $64,000 question is, who is Adam? And it's a good question. And another good question, who on earth was the hooded man walking down the sidewalk with the girls in that video? There is an uncanny resemblance to the hooded man who was standing behind the girls at the food truck the whole time that they were there, like plus 10 minutes. And the man that police said they cleared early on. Joining me now is Shannon Gray. He is the attorney representing the family of Kaylee Gonzalez. Mr. Gray, thank you so much for being here. So let's start with Adam. Who exactly is Adam? And has Adam been helpful at all in this investigation?
It's my understanding that Adam is just the bartender at the corner bar that they were referring to. I don't think I think it was just a conversation they were having between the two of them. I don't think he's involved in the investigation at all, though. So.
But wouldn't he? I mean, you've done so much investigative work, and you've been a prosecutor and a defense attorney in murder cases, so you know how it works. And I would imagine that anybody who saw these girls in the hours before they died might be able to at least say who was in the bar, whether they witnessed anything unusual. What was it when they said, "I told Adam everything"? Do you have any idea what that meant? Was that something Adam could enlighten everybody to?
I have no idea. I can't speak to that conversation. I would hope that the Moscow Police Department would follow up with this video and some of the statements that were made in it. So that's what we're having faith that they followed up on that, on the video. So
yeah. Amen to that. What about the notion that there's a lot of sort of people triangulating social media? As you know, there's cyber sleuths who sometimes wreak havoc, but sometimes really.
Thank you, Karen Canada. Now, one thing I will say, I don't find it odd that that's where she's from. What I would find out if that's where one of her roommates were from. If one of her roommates were from somebody else, then I was from Eugene, Oregon, then I would say something. But not someone that was murdered.
Provide some pretty good investigative help to police. And there is some connection between Adam and Kaylee's ex-boyfriend. There's pictures of them. I think on TikTok, there's a picture of Adam with Kaylee's dog. So they clearly have a close friendship. Do you know anything about the connection between Adam and Kaylee's ex-boyfriend?
No, I don't. We don't have any of that information. So, this is stuff that I think people are just, doing some digging and it's part of the investigation process. When you're not getting a lot of information, people start digging into a lot of different things and trying to figure out things on their own. And we believe that the community is who will help solve this case anyway. So, we encourage people to continue to do the things that they need to do. And and help out the police in the investigation.
All right. So what about the young man in the hoodie who's walking with Kaylee and Maddie down the sidewalk and who looks so much like the young hooded man who was seemingly lurking in the background, but did not appear to be with them in any way at the food truck? Does Kaylee's family believe it's the same person? And is there any concern about how early he was cleared in all of this?
Well, we believe it. I mean, looking at the video, we think it's probably the same person. This video appears to be shot right before the food truck. They get to the food truck. So I think they think that it's the same person that was with them at the food truck. In regards to clearing people, I think clearing is one of those words that investigators use as far as they might clear someone and then they might get new additional information and revisit that person somehow down the line. So, if they've cleared him in this, I'm not sure that they can't revisit any potential suspects that they might have.
What do we think?
Okay, we have more on Idaho. Before the break,
he said this, quote, "Now they're reaching out and they're going to look to the community to see if this individual borrowed this car." Neither Steve Gonsalves nor the police have explicitly said that it was the killer driving the Elantra that night, only that this person or person inside the car likely have critical information about the case. So we also don't know exactly what they meant by borrowed, whether they're saying the car was lent to somebody or maybe stolen. But if they find that car, could the digital forensics actually help pinpoint exactly where that was that all night, like where the car ended up being all night? Because that would be huge, right? If they could do that. So I want to bring in John Naccarato. He analyzes crime and justice under the name Johnny Law. He spent 25 years as a crime scene reconstructionist, specializing in blood spatter, office involved.
Hey, that's the dude we watched the other night. I liked him.
Shootings and cold cases. He's also a nationally certified traffic crash reconstructionist. This is so great to talk to you because I want to ask you, if they find that car, 2011 to 2013, Johnny, is there even enough digital technology in a vehicle of that era to provide any kind of forensic clues, like the GPS that's sometimes in the engine, not so much the GPS that's up on the dashboard that we get to use to navigate, but that would tell where the car goes and where it's been?
That year of car, it's kind of on the cutting edge of when the technology started to come out, right? 2006, they started getting GPS and those kind of systems. And so this year of car, this 2011, 2013, even the in-dash systems, most of those weren't installed in the Elantras. The ones that I looked at, it was just a regular AM FM radio. Some had a satellite button on them. But that's really because they're a location-based service, right? They're there to guide you on where to go, tell you where the restaurants are, the next gas station. They're a service base. So that's really where the technology would come in.
Okay, if they don't find this car, are they dead in the water here in this investigation? Because it feels like this is all they have.
I don't think so. The forensic evidence is still coming back. I think the forensics is going to solve this case. What happened on the inside of that house, on the outside, that's really going to help solve this case. Now, if this is a car, this car is definitely a point of interest for law enforcement, right? They've gotten some kind of statement or witness that narrowed this car down to this specific range, right? A 2010 looks way different than a 2011. A 2014 looks a lot different than a 2013. So whatever information they got to kind of pinpoint this car, they really need to drill down on that and try to find out anything they can on where this car has been. And it's a big task where they have 20-something thousand cars that are these Elantras, right? But if you start to kind of dive down to the VIN numbers of these cars, you can actually see if this car was made in Korea on a 2013, did it come in the color white? If it didn't come in the color white, then you could start to rule out different things on the VIN numbers.
I am flat out of time, but I want you to come back because you know a lot about this stuff, and I don't think this conversation's over. Johnny Law, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And everybody, thank you for being with us tonight. Stay tuned. Cuomo is coming up next.
Hang on, guys.
Up until now, the assumption in Moscow has been that the killer approached the student's house from the front and then walked around the back, where they might have slipped through the sliding glass door or that kitchen window. But what if that assumption is just backwards? What if the killer actually approached the house from the backyard? That is effectively a hill and a wooded area that would provide a heck of a lot of cover even in the broad daylight. And if the killer then escaped the same way out, they could have easily slipped through those trees and climbed their way back up onto a street called Walenta Drive, where a getaway car could easily have been waiting. So I asked Brian Enton to test out the theory, and he's back with me now live. A lot of times it's been hard for people to get that view because, you know, it's the crime scene tape. You can't just wander around, but you have had a chance to get a really good look at this, haven't you?
Yeah, and it's hard to get back there. There's an apartment complex. Honestly, the apartment manager has been, you know, not in the best of moods with everybody around, but we kind of became friendly with her and we've been able to go back there. And it's not as wooded as you think. I mean, you've seen the aerial pictures and it's not as steep as you would think. We were able to get back there and see if you could actually get up to that other neighborhood and road. And we're going to show you that in a couple of minutes, Ashley.
Okay, good. Don't go anywhere. I have to fit in this quick break, Brian. But when we come back, we're going to show you Brian's attempt to make it up from the back of the house, up the hill, through the trees to where a car could possibly have been waiting. Could that have been the hidden route for the killer to get away without a trace? Brian's going to put the theory to a test and show
ways to get away from the back of the house.
All right, that part we saw already. This we saw the other night. I want to see tonight's episode.
News Nation getting more reports about the murders of former Idaho college students. A former medical examiner believes the toxicology reports in this case could help solve this murder. This coming after the coroner assigned to the case called the tests irrelevant to the horrific killings. A police officer's body cam also picked up a loud sound that could have been a scream around the time of the murders. Also, a convicted killer on death row believes the killer was waiting inside of the house before the savage stabbing spree. We want to bring in now former FBI agent Tracy Walder for her insight into these reports. Tracy, thank you so much for being back.
Thank you for having me, Natasha.
And first, what do you make of the San Quentin death row inmate giving an interview saying that he believes the killer was already waiting inside of the house? Does this theory have any merit?
I don't want to say that it doesn't necessarily, because the reality is we still have no answers and we still have no suspects. And so what I do think is interesting and what I do think lends a lot of credibility and interest to this perspective is the fact that he is a criminal and he is inside the mind of a criminal. A lot of times, you know, we rely on profilers and things of that nature who are not necessarily, you know, of deviant mind and involved in these kinds of activities. And so I do think that his theory has merit, but obviously I certainly cannot say if it's fully credible or not. Now, I do think it could possibly explain how the person perhaps knew the house so well if they hadn't been to the house before. But then I think it really, in a weird way, casts a wider net in terms of suspects, and that perhaps this isn't someone who's in either an immediate or sort of periphery friend circle of the individuals. And I think that in and of itself is scary. The only reason I'm a little hesitant to fully embrace his theory is that the police, the one consistent thing they have done is they've been pretty consistent in discussing the fact that this is a targeted killing, which tells me it's probably less likely that person that was unknown to them was laying in wait.
I appreciate that. And I know that you're also tracking this issue. There was CCTV footage, but it was lost after a week. What happened there? Why wasn't it reviewed in time?
You know, I've tried to be very pro law enforcement in this case, and I am very much pro law enforcement. I do think that they are doing a good job. But one of the things that I did read that was was slightly frustrating to me is that there was CCTV. As we know, there's a clerk at one of the convenience stores who came forward and said they had perhaps the Hyundai on CCTV. However, that CCTV was recorded over after a week, and that the footage was asked for about 3 to 4 weeks later. I'm very surprised because what I think law enforcement probably would have and should have done at that case was asked for footage of really anything along the transportation route of where those houses are. And then they can go back.
I got a question. Wasn't the FBI involved in this case immediately? I could swear the FBI was involved within the first couple of days. So why didn't they do this? Why didn't they ask for coverage? What was the point of them being involved? Because I'm pretty sure they were involved immediately. But maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think I'm wrong.
Back and sort of go through it, but they should have asked that all of it be preserved initially, even if they didn't have time to go through all of it.
And we understand that law enforcement is completely overwhelmed by the sheer volume of evidence and footage and photos that they are going through. Does this perhaps indicate, though, that some things may be falling through the cracks?
You know, no one's perfect. No entity is perfect. No human is perfect. And I do think this may have been a situation where something did slip through the cracks. Typically, you know, what we would do is immediately ask for it. And even if you are overwhelmed, which is completely understandable in this case, then you at least save it from being erased or recorded over so that you can come back to it when you are able to look through it. So yes, something like this very well may have slipped through the cracks, but I'm just speculating at this point.
And right now there's dispute over how relevant the toxicology reports are in this case. What do you make of that?
Yes, I thought that was really interesting too, and I'm surprised that there's a dispute about it because, in my opinion, we don't have a suspect, right, in terms of what we know, and so I'm very surprised that they are perhaps deemed by some to be irrelevant because they really might go towards helping towards a motive, helping towards the state of mind of the victims. If the victims were incredibly intoxicated when this was happening, it might really go to show and completely rule out the other roommates and that maybe screams weren't happening, people weren't fighting back. And so I do think they are relevant, although I'm not sure that they're relevant at finding us a suspect.
And what about the high-pitched sound that police body cams picked up? Do you think that those could have been screams? Can anything be made of the timing there? And does that warrant further investigation?
You know, I think anything that's going around in that vicinity that's on any of those cameras that we're hearing or seeing will be relevant that happened at that time. It has to be. You can't rule it out immediately because of what we know happened. I am. All
right, then let me ask you like this then. If I'm trying to build something, all right, let's say I'm building a shelf and I call a friend for help. I say, yo, I need your help. Okay, what do you need help with? I need your help building a shelf. Is that friend going to come over and just stand there? Or is that person going to come over and sit and say, oh, you're doing this wrong? Or let me go ahead and show you what you need in order to build it correctly. I would hope that if I call someone who knows what they're doing, who's built shelves before, is not going to come over and just stand there. They're going to show me what to do and how I'm doing it wrong, or they're going to pick up some tools and show me how to do it better. But it's still, at the end of the day, it's my shelf. So my analogy has to do with the police and the FBI. If a police department calls in the FBI, it's the FBI's job to say, hey, did you get footage from X, Y, and Z? Did you canvass X, Y, and Z? Did you go X, Y, and Z? Because the police may not know. The police might not know you have to do that. That's why you instill someone like the FBI to come in and do it better, or show you what you're doing wrong, or stuff maybe you forgot. Isn't that the point of bringing in the FBI, or am I completely looking at this wrong? Because if state police, even though they're still the lead, But if they bring in the FBI, I would assume that the FBI is going to tell them what they're doing on a higher level. Call me crazy. But even if they don't relinquish control, they should still do that. So I don't know. I just don't get that. I think FBI failed too. And Biscuit, I'm going to pull up your thing right after this.
On the fence in terms of what I think these may be. I do think they very well could be tires kind of speeding away. And if they are, that's interesting as well. If someone is kind of peeling out of an area where they just involved in something that they shouldn't have been. And so even if they are the victim screams as well, then that kind of narrows you in closer to the time of death.
Former CIA officer and FBI Special Agent Tracy.
See, and that's funny, Olivia, because I think she was one of the better ones. All right, let me pull up this email. Hold on. What'd you send me? All I have is the other one. The one that didn't work. Oh, there it goes. I got accepted in the group now.
Yeah, I see it.
All right. Tell me how somebody was able to do this. That's what I want to know. Please tell me how someone was able to do this.
I see it. Right? Oh, look. Looks like it's stolen.
It is, totally.
There's receipts in it. Broken glass. The gas tank's open. Yeah, this is totally stolen. Rainbow.
Oh, look at
Yeah, there's glass on the
the
seat.
tip is gone. You can see right in there.
Yep. Someone has heartburn. That looks like prescription things right there, maybe.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. How are they so close? And why are they that close to the car? I'm confused. Is this car not in police custody or something?
There's receipts in there.
Look at the
I know, it's...
mirror. The mirror has a mask and some stuff on it.
I wonder what that... Oh, it's a mask. I thought it was a receipt. I'm like,
No,
ooh.
those are like air fresheners that were inside.
And that seat's completely laid back. Crazy.
Okay, now I'm totally lost. How did they get to the car? I don't get it. Yeah, but they said that the cops had it. That the cops gave them the information, which means it would be in a police yard. How did two people from the internet get that close to the car? It doesn't make sense to me. How is that even possible? It's at the scene with no crime tape. It's at what scene? Car was abandoned. But how did they know where it was abandoned? That's what I'm saying. How would they know where it was abandoned? Could have been from before the cops were informed. Mickey, I don't know. There's no impound yard on Seneca near 7th and Eugene, and it's in a supply lot. Multiple people called Eugene police to report the car. It's at the same place it was, but how did they know where it is? You'd think with the statement released by Ellie that the Sunday was found, they surely would have had the car examined. That's what I'm saying. This is so weird. I'm going to watch this again. This is so weird to me.
I see it. Right? Oh, look. Looks like it's stolen.
It is, totally.
There's receipts in it. Broken glass. The gas tank's open. Yeah, this is totally stolen. Rainbow.
Oh, look at
Yeah, there's glass on the
the
seat.
tip is gone. You can see right in.
Does anyone know what rainbow means? Is that like, I don't know Hyundais. Is that like the type of Hyundai? It's a rainbow? Rainbow? Hold on, I gotta let the dog out. Someone could tell me what rainbow means? Let me know. Yeah, I want to know what rainbow is. No, it says rainbow.
Yep. Someone has heartburn. That looks like prescription things right there, maybe. There's receipts in there.
Look at the
I know, it's...
mirror. The mirror has a mask and some stuff on it.
I wonder what that... Oh, it's a mask. I thought it was a receipt. I'm like,
No,
ooh.
those are like
No, rainbow is embedded in the back of the car.
air fresheners that were inside.
And that seat's completely laid back. Great. Yeah, I see it. Right? Oh, look. Looks like it's stolen.
It is, totally.
There's receipts in it. Broken glass. The gas tank's open. Yeah, this is totally stolen. Rainbow.
Right there, rainbow. But I do agree, it probably was stolen. Rainbow is a dealership. Where, though? But how come there's no... If it was stolen, how come nobody reported it? How come nobody reported it stolen? On the police blog, there's nothing about anyone calling in about a stolen car. No, that doesn't look like aftermarket. Oklahoma is a rainbow auction. It's trashed, I'll tell you that much. But how come there's no report of a stolen white Elantra? You think that's an aftermarket sticker? I don't know. But why wouldn't the police take it into custody? I'm trash? Thanks. You're an asshole. And? Think about it, though. Remember Toyota dealership? I literally saw my car stat if I had one. I don't know. There's a reason why nobody's come forward. J. Lord, originally I thought that, but look at the window on the side. See that window? That looks like somebody broke in. That looks like somebody cracked it to open the door. So I don't know if it's a ban. I don't know. It kind of can go either way. Might not be. I don't know. I think it might be stolen. I really do. I think it could be stolen. Because look at this. That's not a normal thing. I wish I was trashed. I think it was stolen. I really do. Hyundai dealership in Rainbow City, Alabama. Oh, you know what? You might be right. Because when I did look up the VIN, it does come up in Alabama. No, I didn't think Rainbow was a model. But this does come up. This was manufactured in Alabama. Whoever said that is right. One Juror Matters is right. The VIN number connects to it was manufactured in Alabama. Oh, you weren't talking about me? Oh. I thought you were. Sorry. Yeah, but where a car's manufactured really doesn't mean much. But it definitely could be stolen. All right, now, since I'm in the group, let's see what lurks. Oh, this is good stuff.
Okay. Got it.
All right, here's a front look at the car. People are asking Laura where she was on the 13th. I know, right? I was with you guys. You want to see the front of the car? Here we go.
Right. Yeah, they did. I don't want to touch it and see if there is a license plate on it, but the VIN would be right. Oh, the VIN's right there. The VIN would be right. I don't want to touch it and see if there is a license plate on it, but
Yo, they like hollowed out that fucking car. That's a nasty crash. I mean, that's like no joke. How did they even drive it? And what happened to the other car? What did they hit?
the VIN would be right. Oh, the VIN's right there. The VIN's right there. I just can't. Can you shine a light on that? Right. Yeah, they did. I don't want to touch it and see if there is a license plate on it, but the VIN would be right. Oh, the VIN's right there.
Isn't that it, Busted Can? Someone posted to a group that the car was there, asking for help, reporting it to cops who come quickly to check it out. My stomach's going wild. That's what I'm saying. Someone said to police, there's no way police would just leave it sitting on the side of the intersection as long as it's been. My thought is someone found this at wrecking yard and dumped it there for shits and giggles. Maybe. Yes, Rose. Oh, you can email to me. PURPLEXEDQT@gmail.com. Hang on. Oh. You guys hear my stomach? All right. Okay. Yeah, this shows absolutely nothing. Maybe I'm blind. So someone help me out here. Due no later than March 31st of 2018, Secretary of State, the Dan Esty, the address, Colorado, Team Idaho, Limited Liabilities Company. There is no VIN number here. There is nothing that connects this filing to that VIN number, which proves my entire point that I was right to begin with. There's nothing that connects this. This is a business filing. This has nothing to do with a VIN number. You guys can't hear my stomach? This doesn't connect to a VIN number. This is a business filing from 2018. Because this was processed on 2/8 of 18. This is years old. And it has absolutely nothing to do with the car. Which proves I was right. I'm saying there's no connection at all. That's the image that's in the top right of the corner. It's not connected at all. How did you run the VIN with 16 numbers? I just ran the VIN. I ran the VIN in multiple places.
To Twitch now?
No, I think you guys just stay here. But whoever else wants to watch, they're going to have to watch it on Discord.
If you can see the video, stay. If you can't...
Buster, what am I looking at? Ikmel's Twitch? The VIN match, no, the VIN doesn't match to Alabama. The VIN matches to Alabama because that's where it was manufactured. It was manufactured in Alabama. Most people in that are not in the car business would not understand because it was bought under a business. Yeah, but again, let me say this again. There is no connection between that VIN number and that name. If it was a title registration, if they were looking at titles, the VIN number would be on that paper. That VIN number is not connected to that address or that person. They're looking at two totally different things. That's Banfield from earlier tonight. Oh, I gotcha.
See the video, go to Twitch.
I'm gonna have a house full of random people. You need to let them...
People in the, who are the, good resident.
Okay, let me just say this. Banfield is showing clips from Truth and Transparency. All right, I'm losing my faith in Banfield. I'm losing my faith in YouTube true crime. I really am.
In the home in trouble, but
I have no faith at all. All these places are showing conspiracy channels, bullshit channels. I'm over it. Totally over it.
Get the lock, the picture of the lock that tenant has now shown us. He gave us this picture. That's his bedroom door. And you can see the coded lock on the door. See that, Brian, on the left-hand side? But then on the right-hand side, look at the door that the police see as their body cam image looks through the window on September 1st. There's no keypad lock on that door. That keypad lock, we now know, was taken off that door because there it is, September 1st on the right-hand side of your screen. That left-hand side of your screen is 2018. The right-hand side is that party, that noise complaint. That's the body cam shot. That's a new clue to this story, Brian.
It's a really good point you make. That's so interesting. I really do wonder, and we don't know, was this room being used as a storage room, as you said? Was it not a room that someone normally slept in? It seems like that's a possibility.
And may not have heard a murder upstairs. I mean, everyone's been very frustrated that how could someone sleeping directly below two people being murdered didn't hear anything. Maybe this is the reason, or maybe those people were murdered in their sleep and it sounded like a party upstairs. Who knows? One other thing I want to get to, Brian, when some of the party guests actually do come downstairs in this body cam video, and then they open the front door to these, the police officers who've been waiting there for upwards of 10 minutes. So right now on the camera, you're going to hear the frustration of the police officers. You'll hear it in their voices that the residents themselves still have not come down to speak with them about this noise complaint. Have a look.
So I just looked for everyone that lives here, and they're not here right now.
No one's here that
No one's here that
lives
lives
at all.
No one's here that lives.
So everyone here is trespassing?
Well, no one's here that's trespassing, but no one that lives here is here right now.
Okay, let me say this again. Not a rainbow dealer. The car was manufactured in Alabama. It was put together in Alabama. That has nothing to do with where it was sold, who it went to. That's the only thing. It was manufactured in Alabama. It's a U.S. manufactured car. That's it.
Where'd they go?
They're just not here. I have no clue where they went. No clue.
So you guys just throwing a party in their house at this time?
At one point, they're not here right now. I searched all the.
They left and went over to some other party, and everyone is about to leave and go over to another party.
Who does live here? What are their names?
I am actually not sure. I live across the street. I just came over.
I thought you can't get FOIA during an active investigation. So how did she get FOIA or whatever during an active investigation?
I haven't taken a job.
Male, female?
I think it's mainly females. I think it's like 4 females.
What sorority are they affiliated with?
I don't know.
I don't know if they're associated with it. I don't know.
So I guarantee you they're associated with the sorority. As many of them are living here. It's an off-campus sorority. I've been a cop for 22 years here. I'm not stupid. Don't play dumb games with me. I'd rather deal with this as a noise complaint than getting a hold of the Greek council and the Greek board and all of that and the students and playing all these stupid fucking games.
There was a rainbow sticker on the back of rainbow thing on the back of the car. Lead with love. Yeah, if this came from FOIA accounts, how did that happen? She didn't get this from FOIA. You can't get that from fucking you can't get that during an open investigation.
I don't know.
Do you want to see there's a lot of underage drinking because they left their alcohol behind.
Do you want us to try and get a name or a phone number and if you can call someone?
We just need to talk to somebody who lives here, because otherwise I have to be under the assumption you guys are unlawfully entered because no one who lives here is here.
Okay.
Right?
We'll go.
I need to verify that there was a party here.
We'll go get a phone number. We'll be right back. Sorry, we're not trying to make your life.
I understand. I'm just letting you know this is how it's going to play out. I'm not going anywhere until I talk to somebody.
We're not trying to. You guys mind just leaving the door open for us? That way we can get some sort of communication between us and them. We're not going to come in.
Here right now. So
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
No worries. And hey guys, really, we're just coming here for a noise complaint. So we understand y'all drinking.
The reason I apologize for no one coming to the door. The issue is we were trying to find the.
Everyone's kind of freaked out because cops are here. You guys are having a good time, right?
Well, I've been at another house before, and I went out and talked to the cops.
Yeah.
But I wasn't the resident.
So that to me was perhaps actually the most interesting part of the video, or at least one of the most interesting parts, because either those guys were lying to protect the people who live.
HBG, don't believe everything you hear. That sounds like nonsense. I don't believe any of that, because where's the proof? How would someone on the internet know the University of Idaho website was down during those times? It's shit like that I just can't believe. I'm not saying you made it up. I'm saying just don't believe everything you hear.
Lived in the house, the roommates, and saying they didn't know if they were home or didn't even know who they were. But if they really didn't know who they were, which is possible. I mean, I remember back in college, you'd go to party houses, you'd go in and out. It really just shows how there were strangers that would come in and out of this house. And that was not unusual, which is very, very interesting when you think about what happened more than 2 months after this video, that there were strangers familiar with the inside of the house. Maybe they even knew the code to get inside.
Maybe. I have to say, though, Brian, I smell rat. I've been at those parties, and nobody wants to admit underage drinking and get the people in the, who are the, good residents in the home in trouble. But for them to say, I don't know who lives here, and I don't know if they belong to a sorority. 4 of them belong to the Pi Phis, and 1 of them belonged to the Alpha Phis. So
okay, you're saying Nerdy Attic is right. However, how would Nerdy Attic know that it was down before it happened? That's what I want to know. This video is from September. How would they know it was down? And the IT, people don't know who owns it because you can't get the owner's info. And the owners that they showed is not connected to, that's a business thing. That's not connected to the VIN number. So that's bullshit. So Nerdy Addict is not right. Now, I don't know if it was down or not. That I don't know. But it didn't belong to an IT guy. Nobody knows who it belongs to. Nobody even knows whose car it was. Certain points, and they videoed themselves calling it into the FBI. It's just speculation. Exactly, it's speculation. Where's claiming the cameras were down? Okay, I can't say that I'm wrong. I want to see proof how he knows this. That's all. Because the car is not connected to anybody. From what we have researched tonight, the car is not connected to a business address. The VIN number hasn't been connected to anywhere. Someone just threw a business address and said it's connected. But it's not connected because one's a business listing and one is a VIN number. And they haven't shown where the VIN number connects to the other guy. So as of right now, no, it's not true. It's bullshit.
It just sounded a little like I don't want to answer these questions, and I'm not gonna get these girls in trouble. And I say that for a reason, not to disparage those boys, but to tell you that police officers have a really tough time investigating. And if it is this hard to get information off of something as innocuous as a noise complaint, imagine how hard it is to get questions answered about a quadruple murder.
Well, hopefully the students here would be taking the situation that we're in now a whole lot differently than they would be about being worried about getting busted, partying, and drinking. Because now we've got 4 innocent young people dead. So, you know, if they are bluffing and you know, like you said, you smell a rat and they were trying to protect their friends in that situation, let's hope that everyone involved is now being a lot more forthcoming with the police in light of this very serious, awful situation. That,
Message to every kid out there: don't ever tell a lie to the police officer. Felony. If you obstruct an investigation, you obstruct justice, it can be a felony. So especially if you're 18, because you don't get treated like a kid anymore. Brian, I have so much more of this video, but we're running really long. I have to fit in a quick break. Can you hold on 1 second so I can just plan to get some of this other video coming up in the next block? Can you just...
Okay, but you want to know why that whole thing is pointless? Because they didn't live on campus. They lived off campus. So they wouldn't have had cameras around because they were off campus. So any kind of scheduled maintenance or cameras about on campus would have nothing to do with them regardless. So it doesn't even mean anything. It's a pointless argument. They didn't live on campus.
Can you stand by?
Yeah, we'll be right here.
Great. Okay, thank you. So, folks, police do finally...
All right, for those of you that are a little lost, like Lead With Love, let me go back and give you a rundown. In the Facebook group, they posted something. They posted the VIN number and then posted a picture that I showed before of the real estate agency or whatever that owns that house. The Facebook group were trying to say that the owner of the house owns that car, and here's the connection. So everybody is running. When I first went live, everybody was running with this. that the owner of the car is from 1122 King Street. So I backtracked it, and we found out that is not what's happened. The owner of that vehicle, nobody knows. The picture that they took said Main Street. It was not King Street. And it had absolutely nothing to do with the VIN number. It's a business listing. But there's no connection between the car and this business, because you can't run a business. I mean, you can't run a VIN number, all of a sudden get an address. But that's what people are running with. That's how this got confusing, and that's where we're at right now. Exactly. There wouldn't be any issue with the ISPs of the houses in the area. All off-site student housing. That's what I'm saying, Busted.
They make contact with one of the roommates, right? A roommate who later, just weeks later, would never again return to her family. After the break, you're going to hear Maddie Mogan's conversation with the police as we hear her for the first time really talking at length. You'll hear it next.
We have got some breaking news. Decision that declaring that Senator Raphael Warnock has.
Yeah, but see, the point is, it doesn't matter if the server was down. It has nothing to do with off-campus housing. So their service could be down all day. It doesn't change anything.
Horrific quadruple murder. But the video really does show a new perspective on this home, outside, inside, and the friends who spent time there. On September 1st, there was a raucous party at the house. So it was so loud that a neighbor called the police and complained. And when the officers arrived and tried to speak to the people who lived in the home, that turned out to be a bit of a challenge. The new body cam video from that incident shows who answered the door, who would not answer the door, and how tough it was for the police to conduct a simple noise complaint. But before the break, you saw how a young woman who resembled the surviving roommate, Bethany Funk, answered the door but said she didn't live there. And then she told the officer she was going to go upstairs and look for the people who did. Well, then these two young men eventually returned to the front door after a very long wait.
That was the car that I showed. That's the car that I'm talking about. People went and said that that the owner of this house, 1122 King Street, is the owner of that car, that it's registered to them. And they found out this information from running the VIN number. So I then called bullshit, because you can't get that kind of information from a, from a VIN number. And that's how this all unfolded.
Wait, and they told the officers that not one of the roommates was home, which to the officers appeared very unlikely, and it kind of set them off, actually. So the next thing you're about to hear is what happened when the officers finally did make contact with one of the roommates, Maddie Mogan, who just weeks later would be dead.
Don't tell me this isn't a off-campus story. Yes. Their music got real quiet. Real fast. Real fast.
Ooh. Pouring out the beer.
You're going to be so angry. They're cold, too. Man. Yeah, these are cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. Hello. Excuse me, guys.
Okay, here's the other reason, though, why I don't believe the cameras were down. Because how did they know to look for a white car then? The car was spotted somewhere on cameras pretty quickly. So I don't necessarily believe the servers were down or the cameras were out. Because how else would they have gotten the car? Think about it.
This is one of the owners of what's here. Okay. Right now.
Hi, this is Officer Welsh from Moscow Police Department. Who am I speaking with? Maddie, 1 second. Let me turn the volume up on this phone here.
People want to be dumb.
All right, can you hear me, Maddie?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Do you live at 1122 Queen Street?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So, hey, the reason that we're here is that we received a noise complaint of loud music, partying. Okay. Once we approached the house, people started running away. They left a bunch of alcohol behind. We're not even coming for alcohol. We're coming for the noise complaint. And then we sat here for approximately 10 minutes trying to knock on the door, and no one would come to the door until these two gentlemen came down and actually answered the door. So, and what's your first name? Maddie? And how do you spell that, Maddie?
My legal name is Madison. It's Madison.
What's your middle name, Madison?
May, M-A-Y.
Okay. What's your last name?
Mogen, M-O-G-E-N.
M-O-G-E-N?
Yep.
Okay. What's your date of birth, Madison? Okay. And what's your current address?
1122 King Road.
Okay. And are you a student at U of I?
Yep.
Okay.
I will graduate with a bachelor's. I'm studying right now.
All right, Madison. So here's the deal. Okay, they've already said that no one here lives at, none of the occupants that live at this address are here right now. So now you have a house full of random people. You need to let them know that the noise needs to come down. Okay, we just received a noise complaint. We want that music turned down. And we don't want to come back again tonight. If we have to come back again tonight, then there's going to be even more problems, okay?
I see both sides.
Sounds good. I'm just frustrated. I'm also so sorry once again.
If I were you guys, I'd probably just come home and make sure that whoever is partying here is keeping it down to a minimum, okay?
Yeah, we're all of them.
Okay. So at this point, we're going to leave, okay? And again, if I have to come back later tonight, like I said, I just want to express that there's going to be some citations given out, okay?
Okay, very clear. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Brian Enton, you're back with me now. A couple things I noticed in that. First of all, they opened every can and dumped out every.
Just want to say really quickly, thank you to all the love on Twitch. Diggs, thank you for the bits. I don't even know how all this stuff for more.
Emotional. I found it sad to listen to Maddie Mogen having that very standard conversation, with the police officer.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, to hear her voice, it's heartbreaking. I mean, I always go back to thinking of the families and what they must be feeling when they come across these videos. To hear her trying to resolve that situation. Was she somewhere else at another party or, actually in the house? We don't know. But it's heartbreaking. It sounds like she was, trying to do the right thing in that moment. You mentioned the alcohol bottles outside. In the beginning of the video, I don't know if you noticed, Ashley, there were some other girls outside.
Yeah, but Swen, it's only suspect if the cameras were down. We don't know if the cameras were down. We just know the website was down. So just because the website was down doesn't mean the cameras were down. You know what I mean?
Side that were sort of walking away with their alcohol right when the police showed up, who sort of just left when the police got there. But I think that was actually their alcohol that they just left outside right in front of the house.
Yeah, those girls were running off in a real hurry when the police arrived. The other question I have for you, by the way, is I noticed that these officers, this is what they do in Moscow, right? This is their normal day-to-day work. I go to noise complaints. I hand out tickets for underage drinking and disturbances. That's kind of what they do. They don't do quadruple murders. Like, that is not something that's in their bailiwick. So this is what they do on a regular basis. So Maddie, she was 21, as was Kaylee. And Ethan and Xana were both 20. It makes me wonder if Maddie took this call because she is one of the, she's of legal drinking age. So they couldn't, cause a whole lot of trouble if she said, this is my alcohol and this is, my house. I live here.
Yeah, it would make.
Now, lead with love. I don't know for a fact, but not all cameras go through a server. The server could be the website. Like, we don't know. Now, I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm saying it's not all servers go through. It could just be the website was down. Like, we don't know.
makes sense. Maybe they had a discussion behind the scenes. Who do we want to give the phone number to? Maybe it would make the most sense. And I just want to say too, like, obviously because of these murders now, you know, we're digging everything up. The police are digging everything up. But, you know, I just think back to when I was in college, like, you know, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I was at parties where the police showed up. You know, we tried to be quiet once in a while. You know, we're looking at this now in retrospect. At the time, you know, a lot of college kids get themselves in these situations. They weren't hurting anyone. They weren't driving. And like you said, when you hear Maddie's voice, you just can't help but to feel bad for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's heartbreaking because just to know that 10 weeks after this extraordinarily fun night, you would imagine this was one of the more fun times in that house. It would become just one of the more haunting places, and it will continue to be a haunting place. Brian Enton, thank you. I'm going to let you warm up for a bit, and I'm going to play back at the end of the show. I got a lot of questions for you coming up from our viewers as well. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. Also coming up, a whole new clue to the murders. A name, and one that we have never heard before. And we hear it loud. There is an uncanny resemblance to the hooded man who...
Text messages or things along those.
Technology started to come out, right? 2000.
And the car they're looking for, that's in the model frame, the year frame that they're looking for?
Yeah, they're looking for 2011 to 2013. I see when it says it was last sold, but I don't think this will show me. Manufactured in Alabama. How much is it going to charge me? Let's see. You know how many people are probably looking up this VIN number right now?
Probably a bunch. Yeah, I'm sure. I just reported to the FBI the plates have 100% been removed and the car has been placed there for 4 days. Oh.
This is the kind of shit I don't buy. Oh, it had Idaho plates. Sure it did. I'm sure it did. Like, I can't with shit like this.
Sales listings. It's gonna do this to me, isn't it? It's gonna like have me select all these things just to tell me, okay, now pay.
I used to. Could probably ask the one person.
3-2, but the 7 towards the end. Oh, she has a
was found abandoned 8 hours away.
It's just a picture of it. So
this crashed vehicle could be related to the Moscow, Idaho murders. We reached out to the Eugene Police Department.
Colorado. Status.
That does look like it matches.
Listing. Oh. Interesting.
Sold by Rainbow Motors in 17. College. Let's see. First one's.
Oh wait, no wait. That's 9/8/2022. Okay, no, we're still good. Last listing done in 2022. With the way it's a long way away from.
Well, I'm hoping we should hear something by tomorrow. I don't know. Let me check the Facebook. Yeah, they got to be talking about that.
Or unless a mom or a dad was like, "What do you mean the car's out in Oregon?"
Yeah,
and then they call.
Imagine that. That's our car.
The hell are you doing in Oregon? Oh my god. Yeah.
Guess I'm in one.
Doll.
I mean, I don't know. He could just be trolling, I guess.
What?
They're like a party. It was kind of funny. One of the comments, somebody said, like, this is what college parties are like now. It's kind of boring.
The Sigma. Well, you're not there sober, so it feels different when you're there.
Man, so all right, you get
He's there talking about it.
Wait. 40 something.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Close.
Wait, what's gonna happen? Just bragging rights?
When's the title of best scanner account? Yeah, I don't know. How do you even?
He got rid of. I don't see any personal
interview, man.
He's thinking that through, per se. Like, I don't think he's thinking.
Like, even when you look at his Facebook stuff from before, talking about, oh, I'm bartering for interviews.
As you know, the two women.
To say anything about the investigation and why would
the killer, like what the killer's MO might be. And I heard it was interesting.
that was actually really cool.
Was it really? Where can we see that? Or
That
listen to
was-
that?
Live stream.
Was or whatever.
Pretty wild. Wait, I'm pretty sure PubScan's gonna win. It's 560.
All right. That's about it. Dog, you stink. You stinky butt. All right, guys. It's 2:15 in the morning. I'm heading out. The pic of it she posted, you can see an apartment building, a football field. CMCO was the first to report. You probably made it up. I think most of the shit is made up. The back window of the car is kind of different angle than the one from the mobile gas station. Checked everything I said about Nerdy's issue with the server. I just asked a pen tester and he said, nope, not a credible. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See, you guys need to put some more faith in me. What? See, someone else tells you and they believe and you believe them. I say you don't believe me. What's up with that? Justified, vilified once again. Someone chatted a little bit ago, said oh, that's right. Thank you, I forgot. I did not see Enton's tweet yet. I've been with you guys. I've been with you guys 2 hours. People heard it from a flashing lights box. Must be credit. No, I'm telling you, guys have taken over true crime. For some reason, if you're connected with Popcorn Planet, all of a sudden you're credible. You're a rapper, you're credible. You're a, whatchamacallit? You're a movie buff, you're credible in true crime. But if you actually know what you're talking about, you're not credible. No, I'm glad your son told you that, Lead. All right, let me check my email real fast. I forgot. Thank you for reminding me, Lex. All right. I think some is showing now. According to the Pascal show, okay. Whoop. Hold on. All right, I'm going to show you guys something. And if y'all ever doubt me again, I'm going to charge you for $10 a piece. I promise you. You're all going to get charged $10 a piece if you ever doubt me on shit again. Here we go. So this was sent to me by somebody who was showing me the proof of where the registration came from. Okay? If you notice, there is nothing here with a VIN number. This is a business registration. That's all it is. This is someone's registered business, which has nothing to do with the VIN number. This is a business. Someone registered their business. That's it. It has nothing to do with the car. Has nothing to do with a has nothing to do with the car. When you register your business, that's what this has to do with. And yes, a domain is like a www, correct. And that's why I said if the domain was down, it has nothing to do with the cameras. So I don't know which genius decided to connect a business address with a VIN number, because this has nothing to do with the VIN number. Nothing at all. And I mean nothing. So Team Idaho Real Estate owns the business entity of 1122 King LLC. But that's all. That's all this is. It's a business name. It has nothing to do with a car. Nothing at all. So I'm glad we squared that out. Their feelings tell them to do this with the car. They just have a strong hunch, a gut feel. I know, right? Hey, that good, Olivia, my gut feeling made me drive 2 hours to get a car from Phoenix, and my gut feeling was right. So sometimes gut feelings work. But yeah, this is a registered Secretary of State business. So we know zero about the car. Ding, 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 ding. Possible accident of a Elantra. Let me check. I think it's the accident shown in the tweet. This is a good intersection. It fits within the time frame. This is impressive. Oh, I read this. I saw this. Eugene traffic. Okay, someone in this thread posted the full Carfax report. Not sure if you've seen it, but I saved screenshots. But it does list area it was purchased from and the date of purchase. There are 4 pages. Oh. Hold on. Okay. What this shows Carfax shows that the car is connected to Boulder, Colorado. That's what it shows. It also shows on 8/21 it was purchased for $8,475 in Colorado. That's what it purchased. That's what it shows. At no point does anything show Idaho. No, I'm looking at it. It was served. It was taken care of. 2019, it was serviced all in Boulder. On 8/21, it was sold for $8,475. On 3/21 of 20, it was reported. Vehicle purchase reported. So yeah, this has nothing to do with the case. This has nothing to do with the business listing, from what I can tell. Now, if something else comes out, something else is different, that's one thing. But as of right now, this car is not connected in any way to Idaho. As of right now. If someone can show me something different, I'm all ears. But as of right now, nothing connects to Idaho. Now, it might connect something happened in Colorado, but nothing in Idaho. So I'm sorry to let down all the conspiracy theorists and all the people running with some BS. But that's clearly what it is. Straight up BS. Sorry to let you guys down. There's no connection to Idaho. From what we can see so far. Could that change? Possible. Oh, wow, that's wild. Okay, now we got a conspiracy. Now we got a serious conspiracy. I'm going to show you guys something that is not... I don't think anybody has caught this. I don't know. But it was just sent to me. Check this out. Hold on. This is fucked up. Get out your conspiracy hats. 1122 was purchased on November 13th of 2018. That's fucked up. 1122 King Road, Moscow, Idaho, purchased on November 13th of 2018. Yeah, that's fucked up. That's whacked. I don't even know what to say to that. Oh, you guys can't see it. That's whacked. That's some fucked up shit. See, like, that's proof, though. Right there. There's proof. Yeah, it's legit. That's a real statement. That is so bizarre. I agree. So, conspiracy theorists, there you go. That's wild, though. Could it be coincidence? It could be. But that's bizarre. That is really bizarre. That is on, hold on. I don't want to show all my emails. That is from ownership history. Buster, where'd that come from? Oh, that's Plunder. Plunder came up with that? But that looks like a bin verified something. No, it says the current owner is 118 King LLC. One in 365 chance. 1118. Yes. That's the current owner. Is 1118. But you can see 1118 is the current owner of 1122 King Road. They made the cash purchase on November 13th of 18. Been verified, yeah. It looks like a been verified. Right here. Right on top. It says 1122 King Road, Moscow, Idaho. The current owner of 1122 is at 118 King LLC. November 13th of 2018. It's very odd. It is. And the value is $343,848. See, the current owner, here, it says it right here. The current owner is 118 King LLC. The previous owner of 1122 King LLC. Both purchased November 13th. Who's the buyer from? I don't know. I guess King bought 118. Or vice versa. I don't know. Don't ask me this stuff at 2:30 in the morning. But that is wild. It was November 13th. You can't deny that's weird. No matter who owns it, it's weird. More numbers, but there's no sixes. But it is. It's just strange. It's just weird. Fluffer is restless. They both are. Last price history active on Zillow is 2020. But they could have purchased it again in 2020. The car is not owned by the same LLC. That's what I'm trying to say. No, the car is not registered to a business. No, that is not correct. That is what I just proved as fake. There is no connection from the owner of the okay, again, let me repeat this. There is zero connection between the LLC and that white car. Zero. None. That's what I've been trying to show you. There's none. They took a registered business out of nowhere and connected it to the car. But there is no connection. That's what I'm trying to say. Somehow somebody said that it was a connection. There's no connection that I have been able to find. If there's a connection that somebody can tell me, can show me, great. But they're using, hold on, they're using this as a connection. Oh, wait, here we go. There's more. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, they sent me what they sent me with all sorts of paperwork was this. Was this registered business? The registered business has nothing to do with the car. Nothing at all. There is no connection between this business and the car that we know of. So everyone needs to get it out of their heads that there's a connection to the car. There's no connection to the car that we know of. The car has I can't even find the car being registered to anything in Idaho. It hasn't ever been serviced there, nothing. And she sent me a whole bunch of stuff, and nothing is about the car. This is all the 1122. And then there's another one. All about the business. I really haven't had the time. And they sent me this about the business. This is just about a registered business. It has nothing to do with the car. Well, this Team Idaho, Real Estate Inc., is who it was sold to. That's who it was sold to. I mean, there's really, this is just a business listing. That's it. Dan Esty and Mike. Oh. Yeah, it's just a registered business. Team Idaho owns the real estate. It's right here. You don't have to look too far. Team Idaho. Real Estate Inc. Own it. They are the registered agent. How do you not see anything on the screen? It's there. Or money laundering. Or it's just a real estate office. But the name of the entity is 1122 King LLC. That's original, yes. Team Idaho Real Estate. But again, this is just the business listing. This has nothing to do with the car. Dan Estes is based out of Colorado. He's a realtor whose website says he's personally invested in student rental property in Colorado and Idaho. Okay. But Dan Estes is the manager. So he probably does off-campus housing. And that's not unusual for him to do off-campus housing. I'm closing up gaps, Wendiga. Exactly. A lot of people have investment properties. That's not suspect. I totally agree. I'm just showing you everything that was sent. Dan Esty again. He's the manager. Dan Esty is not the owner. He's the manager. And he's in Crested Butte. Who names a town Crusted Butte? Can you imagine living in a town Crusted Butte? Crusted Butte, Colorado. I know it's crested, but I'll call it crusted. Crusty Butte, Colorado. Why would you name a town Crusty Butte? Where do you live? I live in Crusty Butte, Colorado. I want to find someone who lives in Crusty Butte, Colorado. Where are you moving? I'm moving to Crusty Butte, Colorado. It does sound made up, right? No, it's Crested Butte. A Butte. I live in Crested Butte. Nope, it's Crusty Butte. I'm going to call it Crusty Butte. Butte. We live in Crested Butte. No, you live in Crusty Butte. Crusty Butte, Colorado. Now the question is, how much is Crusty Butte? How far is Crusty Butte from Boulder? That's the question. Neighboring town is Diggleberry. Good one, Olivia. Good one. Dan Estes hit pay dirt, $8 million in annual sales. Sounds good to me. I wish I made $8 million in sales. Crested Booty, Crusty Butte. The E makes silent, the U is long. It's always going to be Crusty Butte to me. Small town, a Heidi and Spencer Prados from the hills in Laguna. Oh, so it's big money. Do they live in Crusty Butte? All right. Oh. Crusty Butte, Colorado, 2. Crusty Butte, Colorado to Eugene, Oregon is almost 20 hours. Okay. Crusty Butte, Colorado to Boulder, Colorado. Oh, it is Boulder. Crusty Butte is a minute from Boulder. So it's basically the same place. It says 19 minutes. No. Oh, that's Eugene. It's not pronounced boot. It's pronounced booty. Miss Crusty Butte, if you're nasty. That's it. All right. No, what I was looking up to see how close it was to Boulder. It's right around the corner. Literally. See, I was on Main Street in Moscow. Almost all the downtown is brought up by Christ. Visit one episode. I think you have to drive through Idaho. He's right next to 112, and they took camera from the front of the home. Oh. I don't know. Oh, an introduction of Crusted Butte history. Interesting. All right, guys. It's almost 3 in the morning. I am done. I'm getting senile, and it's time to go to bed. Because I'm tired. And tomorrow I have the grueling task of getting rid of a smoke smell out of Phoenix's new car. And I got a doctor's appointment in the morning. So my daughter's waking me up at 8:30 in the morning. So it is time for me to go to bed because I need to get some sleep because I got a big day tomorrow. So I will see you all tomorrow night. Have a wonderful day. Like I said, I'll be doing the grueling task of getting a smoke smell out of a car. And that's it. This is where it gets fun and crusty butt. I burned my hair in a candle. That's not good. I've done that, though. You don't want to do that, though. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. And have a wonderful night's sleep. Because I'll be sleeping well. I slept like shit last night. But I'll be sleeping well tonight. So, alright. Laura's candle burned my hair. That stinks. Not my fault. No, I've done that too. Alright. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Peace. I know. I have to wash it. I want to do the carpets and stuff, but I got an amazing deal, and the car is awesome, so I'm very happy. So I will see you guys later. Peace.